Hello YouTube, you are ready for another episode of Cast Iron Savvy. If you have any questions or comments, please send them to castironsavvy@gmail.com and give some ideas for some upcoming episodes. And if you'd like, hit the subscribe button below so you can be notified whenever we post some new episodes. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about Wagner flat bottom kettles. I just picked up this one. Wagner Ware stylized logo. And it's got the catalog number 1228 on it. This is a number 8 Wagner Ware flat bottom kettle. And what I thought was unusual about this one is that most of the flat bottom kettles all have this is called a check ring, C-H-E-C-K, check ring, to help you tip and pour the kettle. This is a number 7. Wagner Ware stylized logo. Catalog number 1227. And here is the largest flat bottom kettle Wagner Ware made. Wagner Ware Sydney O flat bottom kettle. This is a number 12. And if I can tip it over here, you'll see this one has basically never been used, but it has the check ring as well, still has the original label on it, and I just wiped some of the dust out of this one, but anyway, still has original milling marks. It's obviously never been hot or even been near water, otherwise that label would have surely disappeared by now. But anyway, I wanted to do some compare and contrast here. So this is a number 7, catalog number 1227. And you see this has the earlier type of bale ears on it. This has more of a Dutch oven style ear. And really a Dutch oven style bale. But this is the first one I've encountered that actually had this tab assist instead of the traditional check ring. As you can see, there's no place, no indication that there ever was a check ring. Turn it around. Nothing there either. So that's kind of what drew me to wanting to buy it, plus the fact that it came with the original flat bottom kettle lid. And these lids are very difficult to find. You can see in here, Wagner Ware Sydney O, catalog number 1228. A lot of times Wagner numbered the lid with the same catalog number as the bottom of the piece that it went with. Griswold did that a lot on their aluminum ware and added a C after it. So maybe a 458 bottom and a 458 C top. The C stands for cover. But Wagner Ware, after it started using the catalog numbering system, the lids a lot of times had the same number, and it's always the last number that will give you an indication of what size the piece is. So this is 1228, and of course that matches this 1228, and that indicates this was a number 8 flat bottom kettle. This is a number 7 with the catalog number 1227. I've had that one for a while, and this is actually a flat bottom kettle lid as well. This is a lot earlier one. You know, I'm not 100% sure that, you know, these would have been sold at the same time, this style lid and that kettle. It could have been. They came from the same place at the same time, but I don't know the history behind that. And how I know that this is a flat bottom kettle lid instead of a Dutch oven lid, which would work just as well, it actually says FB, 7FB for flat bottom. So on these older ones you can go by that. But a number 7 Dutch oven lid would work just the same way if you're just wanting to use it. It has a really early, what they call whistle knob lid on it. Those are always nickel plated unless the nickel's been wore off. And this one has just got the traditional style. We usually call these like turtle top lids. It's the traditional style. But, you know, here again, you know, as with a lot of these old foundries, cast iron manufacturers, you know, they veered away from the norm here. And you're all the time finding something new or different. And that's one of the things that makes this a really fun and interesting hobby. It never gets old. You can collect cast iron for 50 years and you'll always learn and find something new. Things are always surfacing all the time. But keep on the lookout for these lids. Let's go to the original catalog and see what it says here. Here's your flat bottom kettles. This is the 1915 catalog. As you can see, they were made in sizes 6 through 12, 4 quart through 16 quart. Okay. As you can see there, it also shows in the picture the check ring. It's typical. And then if we jump to this is the 1927 catalog, we can see there's the 1220 numbers, 12, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 32. So that would be sizes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. And you can see there, they're the same quarts. They just use the catalog number. And also, as it indicates, numbers 12, 27, 28, and 29 can be furnished with or without cast iron drip drop cover. It says with cover, it makes an ideal soup pot or deep Dutch oven. So, the 7, 8, and 9 flat bottom kettle covers are out there at least. And as I just shown you, I have one 7 marked FB. So there's probably an 8 and a 9 FB lid out there, as well as these individual 1227, 1228, and 1229 covers. You may find another, because it's not uncommon for them to add and drop pieces that never make it to the catalog, you know, from one catalog edition to the next. It's pretty common, actually. Either they never made it incorporated into the catalog, because I'm sure these catalogs were, you know, expensive to change, and if it wasn't, you know, a significant change, they probably wouldn't mess around with it. And here they even started using codes. So these codes were words so that you couldn't get them confused. So you had to match up the catalog number and the code so there'd be no confusion, because these were sold in bulk. It shows right there, shipping weight per dozen. So if you ordered 3 dozen, you sure didn't want to get the wrong thing, because that's a lot of cast iron that you'd either have to sell or ship back. And as far as I know, neither Wagner, Ware, or Griswold sold retail to individuals. All of the catalogs indicate that they sold wholesale to retailers. That may not have been 100% the case through their entire history, but that's what the catalogs indicate. When you see, they price things by the dozen, by the barrel, 50 to a barrel or something like that. It's not going to be something the individual's going to buy, 50 of the same item at a time. So that concludes this episode of Cast Iron Savvy. There's our information again. Send questions or comments to castironsavvy@gmail.com and hit the subscribe button below. Until next time, happy collecting.